You're going to give me the screen?
All right, all right. Thank you guys for coming to the call. We're going to get started right here. Um, like I said, once again, this is Opportunity Launch Next Level Marketing, and you actually going to receive some valuable information how to take your business to the next level and become that next level entrepreneur. Miss Pat, are you there?
Yes, I am. Good morning, everyone. I wanted to try to regroup and determine what to say about this blog that Marcus is getting ready to provide us with. I was almost flabbergasted at what he said on last Friday about the three persons that he's bringing in to actually create that blog for us. And last evening at 11 o'clock, I think he started about 11. I think things ended about 1:30. So I think a lot of us are in kind of a half sleep, maybe a mini zombie state. But he also talked about the blog last evening, well into, the AM about what's coming down the pike. I really I just don't even know what to say. I've looked at what Ramon has provided us with on screen just to get an idea of what it consists of, but it's like nothing that I can even address. So today I'm going to continue with the discussion of the blog. Blogger will be included in it, but I'm also going to segue into a discussion of the WordPress because that's the blogging system or platform that you'll actually, be given. For the past 2 weeks, I've been wanting to do my presentation about the SEO and just kind of a little bit set back, but just trying to figure things out about what we actually have. That's really, I'm just like, whoa, it's going to be something tremendous, I believe. Um, I can't even speak to it. I'm speechless. But today I wanted to begin with an email that I received on a few days ago. And in it, an interview between two people who are considered industry gurus. And it talked about the two biggest obstacles you will face when you start blogging. And the guy, interviewer, says, I asked my buddy a question. What are the obstacles brand new bloggers encounter and how do you overcome them? And this was his reply. There are two obstacles brand new bloggers must overcome, and both obstacles are actually selfish. Obstacle number one, why would someone listen to me? Obstacle number two, what should I talk about? Both obstacles are actually selfish because they have you thinking it's all about you, and it's not. Focus on them, how you can benefit them, and over again we say on our platform, how can you provide them with value? So you want to approach your blog from this perspective, and your blogging fears will melt away like ice on a summer day because it has nothing to do with you. Here's the deal. You want to focus on content you are sharing and how it can help or provide value to other people. So let go of the ego. He said, I know it's hard. Blogging isn't about you. It's about serving your market and giving them content they want to consume. Content that addresses their challenges, their problems, and not content that endorses your ego. And then this guy, who is a multi-millionaire, says this to us. It is blogging that helped me create massive success. I didn't create massive success and then start blogging. So he's suggesting to us that the gateway towards his success has in fact been blogging. And again, providing value to his readership, and that's what it's about. Miss Ann, I want to thank you so much for a capture page that you provided us with. I've gone through that that YouTube video that you had on your page, and I think I liked it on the Facebook page as well. But I want to start off with it. It's from Bluehost, which does provide a platform for folk who want to do the WordPress, have a WordPress host therein. But also, I need everybody to know that the whole intent of this YouTube video, yes, it's to tell you about SEOs and how they work, but it's also designed to drum up business for them, because they will charge you monies to make sure that your blog, well, I shouldn't say make sure, but to help your blog to be placed on Google page 1. Here's the video. Sam, is it coming through?
Yeah, I hear it, but barely.
Let me see. Sorry, guys. Let me come out and see if it's mine. Yeah, it's me.
We went over the basics
Better?
of SEO and what it is and how it works. In this video, we're taking things to the next level. We're going to go through a real-world example to show you just how big of an impact SEO can have on growing your business. First though, to review. Hi, my name is Paul. I'm one of the people you talk to when you call us here at Bluehost. Have you ever wondered how to help more people find your website? Well, here at Bluehost, we host almost 2 million websites, and we have a lot of experience helping clients successfully increase web traffic. One of the best ways to do this is through what's called search engine optimization, or SEO for short. The goal of this video is to give you a basic overview of how search engines work so you can better understand what search engine optimization, or SEO, is all about. Let's get started. As of today, there are over 130 million registered websites out there on the internet. To sort through all of it, most of us rely on search engines to find what we want. And these search engines have become so good that over 90% of people using the internet rely on them to find things. Now, there's lots of good search engines out there, but about 83% of people worldwide use Google. So that's what we'll use in this video. Just keep in mind, the concepts we're discussing apply to all the other search engines too. When you search for something with Google, you get back a results page, and there's lots of stuff on it. This shows you how many websites Google found that are probably relevant to what you're looking for. Here, companies can pay Google to place ads for when people search for particular things. But this is the section most people care about. It's the actual results list, which is just a list of websites that are most likely to contain what you're looking for. And you'll notice this is just the first results page. You can click down there for more. Now, here's the important part that most people just don't know. Over 94% of people that use Google only click results on this first page. If they don't find what they're looking for, they usually don't bother clicking on subsequent result pages. Instead, they typically prefer to just adjust their search terms and start from scratch. And of those people who do click on that first page, most only click in what's sometimes referred to as the golden triangle, or top 3 or so results. In fact, about 63% of people just click right in there. This is why optimizing your website for search engines or doing SEO is so important. When people search for something that's relevant to them, and they see your website in their search results, they're going to click and visit your page. And these aren't just any visitors. These are people that are looking for exactly what you offer. So, of anyone, they're the most likely to convert into customers, subscribers, etc. But if your website isn't showing up towards the top 3 results or so, or if it isn't even on the first page, it's almost like your website doesn't exist. No one can even find it. Now, in our example, we searched for California samples, and we got back about 22 million website results. It's not exactly a small number. Have you ever wondered why some websites show up on this first page, and others are stuck way down at the bottom of the pile? Well, a site's position in search results is determined by what's referred to as PageRank. Every website has a ranking for particular search terms or keywords. In the beginning, the first search engines worked by tracking all the words on web pages. So if you search for California sandals, you'd get back a list of websites containing those 2 keywords. And the websites that had those words most often were ranked higher and they showed up towards the top of results pages. Well, in 1996, two Stanford PhD students noticed while they were researching academic papers that sources that contained a lot of keywords didn't necessarily mean they were more relevant. What mattered a lot more was whether those papers were cited often by other papers. So they applied this citation concept to web search. They suggested websites that were backlinked a lot, that is to say, were referred to often by other websites, were more likely to be relevant. That's how Google was born. Search engines today all follow this model. They still look at your website's keywords, but they then rank your site's relevance on the number and quality of backlinks to it from other websites. So think of it like this. Keywords lets Google see your site and know what it's about. Backlinks determine how much Google trusts your site to be relevant. So keywords are important because they tell Google you're out there, but backlinks move your website up the food chain. That's why the search results you see are called organic or natural results. They're constantly changing based on what people actually do out there on the web. Unsurprisingly, as there are these two aspects to how search engines find and rank pages, there are two corresponding components to SEO. First is the on-site component. This is where you ensure your site is full of keywords that are relevant to what your site's about. So for example, if you sell sandals in California, you want to make sure relevant keywords are on your site, like sandals, California, ocean, beach, flip-flop, shoes, leather, sand, things like that. The second component of SEO is called off-site SEO. This is where you work to create backlinks to your website that originate from other sources. Links to your site can be created using articles, social media, blog posts, discussion boards, and so on. But keep this in mind. The more influential or legitimate the website is that links back to you, the more effect that backlink from that site is going to have on your search result ranking. So that's it. SEO is super important because it helps you move to the top of relevant search results. And since almost everyone relies heavily on search engines to find anything online, SEO is the most effective way to increase traffic to your site. Good SEO takes time, so the sooner you start, the sooner you move up the results ladder. To learn more about SEO, watch our next video, How to Grow Your Business with SEO. Visit our Help Center, or feel free to give us a call. We have SEO specialists standing by to help you. And as always, like, subscribe, or follow us to get the latest info, tips, and special offers.
Again, I want to thank Ann for that great video that she had on her site. And to move further ahead, when we talked to Marcus, Marcus said that the blog that we're going to have is already SEO optimized and ready for us to just start to put content on it. So I'm really excited about it. I just want to share with you how you can continue to blog on Blogger if that's what you elect to do. And by the way, through some of the searches that I've done online, I've run across some blogs that belong to some of the folk who are on our platform this morning. I don't know if John Montague was here, but I saw a blog post of John's that was great. Last week, Renita shared one from WordPress. I saw one of Burdell's today based on something she had mentioned online when we had our conference with Marcus from 11 until about 1:30 this morning. I ran across her website with some blogging materials there. I've read some of Ann's blogs as well. So all of you are out there actually trying to, and of course we're all out there doing, not just trying, but doing our thing with the blog. So I want to commend you all. For those of you who are getting ready to step forward and do blogging, here are some tips that I want to give you about your SEO, search engine optimization. You need to know that Blogger does in fact have rankings on the top pages of Google for various keywords. But here are the things that you want to concentrate on as you're doing your blog, whether it be with the Blogger or with WordPress. First and foremost, your blog title. A blog title is important, an important part of applying proper SEO techniques to your blog. We will, in fact, do a session perhaps next week on the keyword planner, so I can help you, or to walk through what you do to select a keyword. Secondly, you've got your blog description. Blogger has one, an area where you put your description of your blog, as well as WordPress. This is very important because it also helps in your search engine optimization. You want to ensure that the blog description is appealing to your visitors and that it includes keywords that you're targeting in your search engines. Thirdly, you want to make sure that your comment section is turned on your blog post. But again, you want to make sure that you are monitoring it, making sure that you delete any short posts that you may have, any spam that is oftentimes found on your blogs. I know I have some that I have to clear out because people are trying to link to my blogs, and a lot of times it's just gobbledygook. You want to make sure that you don't have any irrelevant blog posts as well. Fourthly, you have what are called meta descriptions. Hopefully I can share that with you if we have enough time today or in our next meeting. But your meta descriptions are the phrases that will appear under every title in Google, Yahoo, and Bing, and other search engines. And the search engines show this description to help people who are searching for information. It provides that relevant description. So it could be a yay or a nay depending on what you have there, whether a person will stay on your page, actually click on your link, or whether they'll go to something that they feel is more relevant. But ideally, when you're doing those meta descriptions, it's about 150 to 160 word characters. The beauty of the WordPress blog is it's going to tell you whether or not you have enough, whether or not the actual character spacing, I'll say it that way. You may want to start with a verb as you're doing those meta descriptions, such as learn, read, discover. All of these help identify the relevancy of your particular blog. And these meta descriptions for Google aren't really important in the algorithm anymore. And if you were on the advanced training that Marcus gave this morning, he spoke to Google and its algorithms. And we need to know, just like Facebook, it changes at will. So we have to be careful to stay abreast of what is going on with those algorithms. Number 5, quality content. Always you want to have quality, provide value to your readership. And it's a safe way for building links. As people link to your quality content, you will get those natural backlinks that the young man spoke about in the video. Number 6, you want to submit your blog to search engines and directories. And you want to submit those directories so you can get, some ranking there. I put a link here for you. I was hoping that I had made it a hyperlink, but I see I didn't. I didn't do so. But you'll have this available to you. But at this website here, you can go there, and there are tons of directories there that you can take a look at, and you can actually submit your URL to these directories and get your rankings increased. Of course, the number 1 directory there will be Google, so you'll want to submit there. Number 6, you want to use keywords in the anchor text of your links. Now, what exactly are anchor texts? These are the clickable text, the word or words that the hyperlinks show. And once we click it on, we are directed to another page. It can be on your particular website, or it can lead to another website. Now, here's an example. Let's say on a blog we read, in the phrase CNN is a good source of news. I'm sorry, CNN is a good source of news, but I actually prefer the BCC's take on events. Now, in this one, you'll see the blue. This would have been like a clickable link in the text, and also this blue area, clickable link. In that hyperlink, we'd have two, what we call, well, two anchor texts exist. The first one, if we were to click on CNN, it would take us to this website. If we were to click on the phrase BCC's take on events, it would take us to this particular website, both outside of our pages or outside of our blog. But it could have very well have been an anchor text that may have been within your blog, maybe another article perhaps that you had written. Any word or phrase on a site can be turned into a clickable link or an anchor text. Anchor text and the content text in which it's placed are important factors in search engines, helping to categorize how that link fits in with your site and how to decide how much it contributes to your search engine ranking, your SEO. Now, some example of anchor text will be relevant keywords, description of the link's destination, the company, this is very good, the company or even site names. I've even seen people have anchor text that say, click here, read more here, and it will take you to an article outside of the page or within the website itself. But all of these kinds of anchor text help to identify what kind of content the text is pointing to, and it helps readers judge whether or not it's going to be useful for them. And it also, and this one I will put a star by, it helps your search engines judge whether your content and the linked content is useful to the site's visitors. So you want to carefully select your keywords that you want to use as your anchor text, and keep in mind always that they're of vital importance when you're trying to get your SEO results for your blog. Since we're here, there's also something that's called the nofollow. They refer to it as Relay nofollow. This is a special attribute that can be used in your blogs. I think when I get off of our presentation here, I'll share how it's actually inserted. But in her article, Wendy Pearsall writes this: the nofollow tag was created as a way to disclose to search engines that although your mom blogging site is adding a link to a certain destination, it is not endorsing the destination site. Initially, it was used for blog comments to combat comment spam. It protected blogs from inadvertently linking to so-called bad neighborhoods on the web. Clearly, what you want to know, the nofollow helps you not to be, well, what I want to say, you don't want to be penalized by the search engine, so you may want to use the nofollow tag. I'll share with you when I get off. Sam, can you try to remind me of that, just in case? I'll put a note. Now, here's what the gentleman was talking about, backlinks. At its most basic, a link is a connection between any two web pages. You have internal links that point between different pages on your site, and you have external links that point from your site to other useful web resources. In one of the presentations that I did, I think I gave you a list of those sites that are considered authority sites, one of which would be the Wikipedia. Another one, SPCA, any of those organizations that you know have been around for a long while and have credibility. Backlinks are those links that come from another site to yours. In other words, they point back to your pages. And you want to make sure that they are credulous ones, great ones. Backlinks display other web pages that link to your post. These backlinks enable you also to keep track of other pages on the web that link to your post. Every once in a while, I'll get an alert from one of the blogging platforms that I have to let me know that someone has linked to my page, and I can either accept it or I can reject it. And especially if it's nonsensical or just willy-nilly, I will reject it. So for instance then, suppose Alice writes a blog entry that Bob finds interesting. Bob then goes to his own blog and writes a post of his own about it, and he links back to Alice's original post. Now Alice's post will automatically show that Bob has linked to it, and it will provide a short snippet of his text and a link to his post. Now, what it all works out to is a way of expanding the comment feature such that related discussions on other sites can be included along with the regular comments on a post. It helps to build your audience. From a search engine optimization perspective, links demonstrate your site's popularity. Essentially, every time a site links to your pages, it's saying that it finds something worthy or valuable for sharing with its readers. Now, there are backlink characteristics that matter in your ranking algorithms. For example, a backlink from a high-ranked site will count more than one from a low-ranked site. Now, you can easily determine the rank of a site by going to Alexa, that's Alexa.com. But you also want to keep in mind that search engines cannot manually judge the quality of every site that you have. So the number of backlinks pointing at a site and the relative quality of the links is what the SEOs actually rely upon. So the question becomes, how can you start building backlinks to your site? You want to keep in mind first and foremost that they should come from relevant sites that publish quality content, and that your backlink should be built slowly, because if you try to manipulate the system, it will give you penalties from the search engines. There are other ways that you can create backlinks by creating press releases. If you have something newsworthy to share, an online press release can boost your backlink count. Social networking, the gentleman in the video kind of alluded to that, where he said you want to use some of the social media. You've got Facebook, where you can actually post your links. Twitter, I think Ramon gave us one day one of the value that he provides for his Twitter audience is he'll put his blog there or link his blog to his Twitter account. LinkedIn, a very prime place to go simply because of the quality of the folk who are on LinkedIn. Generally speaking, they are the more professional type of audience that, especially if you're looking to build your audience, do some recruitment, this is a prime place to go. You also have Stumbled Upon. And another one, Tumblr. And we could add more. As a matter of fact, Tumblr has a blogging platform there that you may want to consider posting on, and it has a high rank. Also, you can do what are called guest posting. You can offer to write content on other people's sites, and this will give you extra exposure and backlinks. Now, Here are some additional tips that I provided for you. At the end of your blog, you want to make sure that you have a CTA or a call to action. You want to suggest to people that they subscribe to your blog or your newsletter. You may even want them to download a relevant ebook, register for a webinar, read a related article, order a product, or join your opportunity. This is always a good one. And I think you may want to keep in mind as you're doing your article that you want to have some areas where they actually click on. It's like in a sales presentation, the more yeses you get as you go through the presentation, towards the end, you're leading your prospect towards the yes, the final yes, and the signature on the contract. With the constant clicking and going through, the article at the end, perhaps what they'll do is click your join the opportunity, and you'll have a new prospect or a new recruit. We'll go also to mobile optimization. The young ladies on Friday are sharing with you that 74%, oh, and by the way, I was going off my head, but here it is. 74% of the users say that they're more likely to return to a site if it's mobile friendly. Keep in mind that everyone has, for the most part, a cell phone, a smartphone that's strapped to their hip, in the pocketbook, somewhere visible. So you want to create mobile optimization. And just a definition of a term, and that's it. Any questions, any comments? Sam, I have to get you to open that for me. Did I lose anybody?
No, just have to get to the controls. Nope. Emily just says, "Hey everyone, sorry for being late for the training."
Mm-hmm.
Any questions? I don't see any questions in here, Miss Pat.
What I wanted to share with you all was this. I think we made mention of doing a blog providing infograms or infographs. I found this one on the site, which I thought kind of helps us to learn a little bit about how content marketing, social media, and SEO are inextricably tied. They work together for great results. And here it all starts again with what? Content. And valuable content. What kind of content? Your blog, your company website, either other blogs, publication, Facebook, YouTube, all of that goes into the distribution funnel. Now the types of content, this one is here, and all of this will be in the video for your perusal. You can look at it a little bit later so that I don't have to spend too much time. Want Ramon to get his chance to talk about the blog or the compensation plan. But just look here. You've got blog posts, articles, videos, infograms, okay, webinars, slideshows, images. Over here we've got ebooks, website copy. All of these are helpful as you're trying to get content through the funnel. And what happens? If you're providing quality, people are going to do what? They're going to like it. What are the indicators? You've got ones, people giving you one, pluses, giving you ones, giving you likes, retweeting on Twitter. You'll get subscribers, votes. People will be, clicking, using your link, sharing your links. You'll get mentions, you'll get comments and shares. And look at your search engines. You've got Google and Yahoo and Bing saying what? Yay, yay, I like quality content. And here your social scores go up. Quality versus not quality. And those who like your content, they're going to visit your site over and over again. And guess what happens? Whoa, your website increases in its popularity, and the search engines love you. Okay?
I do have some questions, Miss Pat.
Okay.
If we're in the blog program with Marcus, should we wait to create a blog?
No, please don't. Um, I, I who could you open the mic for that person?
I deleted it. I didn't see who it was.
Oh, you don't know what?
No, I deleted it. Ramon might see it on his side. Are video blogs better than other blogs on the Google?
I think what we need to know is that, and we talked about this last night on our call. I'm a former educator, and I need you to know that people learn in different ways. There are different modes of learning. There are different modes of instruction. There's different modes of acceptance on the part of the person who's on the other side of the page, if you will, or the screen. So what you want to do is to try various means of communicating with them. Some people only want to do vlogging, and if that's your niche, that's fine. But let me tell you what I've seen. The article, the video that I shared with the team last night, interestingly enough, that lady was smart enough to do two things. She did a video because a lot of people want to hear and see the interactions and the emotions of the speaker, because sometimes body language, as we know, reveals a lot about the person who is giving that information, whether they're confident, whether they are. If you've seen that video where the guy is doing the presentation on the 3-foot rule, you notice how he's unable to even engage in eye-to-eye contact. When he's asked a question, he kind of shuffles, he spills his board. But all of those things oftentimes will help someone who's in the audience to see the verity or the honesty and the integrity of an individual. So sometimes we want to see the person on the other side, of the screen do their presentation. But what this lady did was she took her video. She has not only given us the YouTube video, but she took that content there, and it is also offered as a blog post. So what you can do is do the video and also take the content therein and present it in a blog post. So you have two things working for you. The piece that I shared with you earlier about the young man who said there are two obstacles associated with newcomers to blogging. What he did in that, there was a blog post, but around the blog post was the video. So we had all of the language that was inside of the blog, inside of the video as a part of his blog. So they were one unit. I guess that's how I want to discuss it.
All right, Ms. Peck, we do have the person that it was Sue. I'm gonna unmute her so you can talk to her. She's unmuted.
What was it? Did that make sense? What I said? Did it?
Totally.
Okay.
Sue, are you there?
Yes, I am.
All right.
Sue, let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Why would you want to wait for the blog?
Well, because he's going to set us up with a blog, so then I would have two different blogs going, or confusion with it. I don't know.
No, there's not going to be any confusion. You've got folk out here, Robert Ford, for example. He's got multiple blogs. You don't have to. You can have as many blogs as you want to. What I suggest is this. I was shared a blog post, and you may want to have a blog that is pure inspiration, and that's its content. And you may want to have another blog that deals just with MLM tips and tools. You wouldn't want to mix the two. And how do I want to say this? One of them might be that first one that I mentioned that was inspirational. It could be purely spiritual in nature. religious in nature. And you would want to keep that separate from something that's secular, if that makes sense. So to me, I wouldn't want to mix the two. I would have two separate blogs for that. But I would think in my mind's eye that my blog is getting ready to come down the pike. I might not get it tomorrow. I might not get it next week. It may be a month from now that I get that blog. What am I doing in the meantime? I should be honing my skills. I should be practicing my blogging, techniques. It's just like if I were to go out and run a marathon. I wouldn't just run it all in one day. I would begin in stages to get myself prepared for that day to run that marathon. And my suggestion is that if you don't have a blog, you don't have WordPress, and by the way, if Lonnie is here, I saw your information about your WordPress. Good job starting off with that free one. But what you want to do is practice, because the more you practice, the better you become, the more at ease you become. I used to tell my students all the time, why aren't you writing? Well, I don't have anything to write about. Well, we have the internet, and I think I shared with you all the Google, how you can do the Google alerts to give you information to help you with your content. So you can use that information, rewrite it, just react to it, if you will, and go from there. I've seen people actually have blogs where they have done nothing but copied and pasted what a person had in the blog and then offered evaluation of it. Okay. You also have what are called curated blogs, where they just take information from everywhere and present it in their blogs around one particular topic, weight loss, for example, and they go and get several blogs. It's called curation. So, I mean, that's a possibility. And also, if you're, unsure about content material. But even if you were to start a blog wherein you would talk about why I joined a company, or why I've decided to become a network marketer. That is the substance for a single blog. And when people see that you're willing to share your why, that oftentimes will mean his or her joining your opportunity. So I say, yeah, go on and start blogging now. You've got free platforms. And then when that one that Marcus has comes down the pike, you can begin blogging on that. And the thing about it is, even though it's going to be SEO optimized, you still have to put content there. So practice and get yourself prepared for what's coming.
All right. Ms. Pat, do you have some more that you want to share with us this morning?
Do you recommend WordPress or blog?
All right. We have some more questions. We're going to open it up at the end for questions and answers for Ms. Pat. So, without further ado, Ms. Pat, if you can send that screen to Ramon.
Okay. Ramon, I'm trying.
No worries.
Can you take it, Ramon?
Yes. I was just drinking some water. I got it.
Good job. Thank you. As you all can see, I need more training in this platform. I'm not good with gadgets.
Welcome. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Phenomenal job. As always, Patricia, every Wednesday I look forward to it. It's always a great thing. I'm learning how to blog every day, every Wednesday when you're on, so it helps me. Sometimes I open up my blog while you're speaking and look at different points in my blog where I can fix when you're mentioning, the great tips that you're sharing with us. So that's just something that I do. On another point, I just wanted to share something simple and small. This is not going to be a lecture. This is not going to be a teaching that I'm going to hold, every day, just because this is Patricia's day. So I'm going to make it short and sweet, ladies and gentlemen. Tips to focus on when you're working from home as an entrepreneur. Sounds simple enough, but trust me, it isn't. The number one complaint I hear most new internet entrepreneurs is that their online business feels more like a job than producing asset. Many of them quit their jobs with high hopes of living the dream, traveling the world, working whenever and wherever they want. That is the goal. That's everyone's goal. Yet the reality is most are working long hours and way harder than ever before. Don't get me wrong, this is 100%, 1,000% worth in when you're building something that inspires you as a potential to make unlimited income. But it doesn't have to be painstakingly difficult. Your business really can be the ultimate freedom machine you're hoping it will be. So as far as you gear up to start your new business, here are 4 tips to keep in mind. I learned the hard way, so you wouldn't have to. Again, these are 4 tips. That's an opportunity to keep your business and working online, working from home. Tip number 1, avoid progress paralysis. As a new entrepreneur, it's common to focus a lot on the grand vision of your business. Chances are you spent loads of time thinking about a new program, website, or some tech wizardry that will set you apart from the rest. There's nothing wrong with that mindset. In fact, being a visionary is absolutely critical to your long-term success. But you may be missing opportunities for immediate abundance right in front of you. While it's great to stay focused on major milestones that will move you towards your vision, it can be discouraging when you don't see progress right away. And this will stop you dead in your tracks at the first sign of a hiccup, which is bound to happen. Avoid progress paralysis by identifying where this low-hanging fruit. These are the tasks that can be implemented quickly and are likely to have positive results for both your bank account and confidence. For example, even before you have a product, look for ways to start building a list. We speak about this daily. What's the quickest way to start building a list? Giving away our free lead system. While you're working on everything else diligently, keep promoting the free system. This is going to keep an abundance of free leads constantly coming in. Tip number 2, have a measurement mindset. Have you ever stared off into the distance, maybe on the beach where the sea meets the sky, or in a wide open plain where land stretches to meet sunset? Did you ever stop to think that that though we've internalized the idea that the horizon itself exists, in reality, if you started walking toward it, you never reach it. The horizon is real, but only in our minds. It's a mental construct that can never be physically reached. The horizon principle is a metaphor for the ideals we often create in our lives and use to establish goals, motivate ourselves, and measure our success. However, just like the horizon, these ideals are impossible to reach because they are always shifting ahead. The results in a sense of constantly failing or falling short. In this scenario, how can we ever measure up? The trick is looking back at the goals you've accomplished and celebrating your wins along the way, even the small ones. Adopting a measurement mindset will shift your goal-setting experience to one of satisfaction, optimism, and confidence rather than frustration, and it will set you free. When you start to see leads coming in, even your first or second one, that is a positive feeling. You're heading to the right path. You're on the right path, ladies and gentlemen. Just because you might not get 2 or 3 leads 2 or 3 days down the road, you haven't gotten anything, doesn't mean the business isn't working, ladies and gentlemen. So just remember, small milestones. 1 lead is a great thing. 2 leads, even better, etc. If you're feeling discouraged in any way because it's not working, get back to the drawing board, figure out what's not working for you, get in touch with your sponsor, go back to the training, and start over again, ladies and gentlemen. But please keep moving. Tip number 3, let it go. Another habit of type A personality is the belief that no one can do it better than you. Ever had that? Did you ever have that thought? If so, it probably means you are working way too hard. No wonder starting a business feels like a job. The fastest way to success is to let go of perfection and delegate tasks you don't need to do. Even if a virtual assistant could only complete the task at 80% of your proficiency, you're still better off. Not only will you have more time to focus on big needle movers that actually require your time and attention, but you'll get to work on your business rather than in it. Start by outsourcing the smaller tasks. Calendar management, customer support, social media, technical tasks, administrative work, and local errands. Once you're comfortable with that, try bringing in a team of members to take over larger roles like writing, blog editing, and project management. You'll be amazed how much of your time opens up for creativity and strategy, the stuff that will really get your business off the ground. Can you smell the freedom? On that note, I just want to let you explain that there is a lot of training. You do not have to take all the burden of all the training your downline by yourself. This is why we keep plugging these trainings and keep plugging you to get these people here, because we are taking a load off your shoulders, ladies and gentlemen, because we are doing a lot of this training, getting people in the right mindset. You're plugging them into this training, they're getting here, and they're learning what we have to offer. A video may not do it justice. They may need this live training. So when you plug your people here, they're getting education that they need. And you don't have to be the teacher all the time. Let us do the work, ladies and gentlemen. This is why we're doing this every single day. And then the tip number 4 is have a routine and set boundaries. Starting your own online business can be tricky for people who aren't used to saying no and setting healthy boundaries. Developing a routine, clear-cut rules around your work schedule is critical if you want to experience the true freedom your business can offer you. Decide when you'll work and when you won't, when you're available for meetings and when you're not. Part of this actually scheduling time in your calendar for you. This could be time spent at the gym, playing with your kids after school, or taking weekend trips with your friends and family. When starting a new business, your personal life can often play second fiddle to what brings home the bacon. And while that sounds good, I'm hungry. It's about that time. And while this may be tolerable in the short term, I can promise you it will only lead to burnout, resentment, and guilt. So work hard, play hard, and rest hard. You can do all of this, ladies and gentlemen. You just got to take the time out to point your due diligence, what you're going to do in the morning. The majority of my work, when I work, is done in the morning. I rarely do anything at night. Everything's already automated on my behalf. You might see me post 1 or 2 inspirational quotes, maybe 1 or 2 advertisements at night, but that is it. I get all my emailing done in the morning. I wake up, have my coffee. So before we even get on this webinars, I've sent out 400 emails. I've posted on all my social sites. I've done everything that I needed early in the morning, and maybe I'll do it again around 3 in the afternoon my time, because that's when between 3 and 5, because that's when the majority of people get out of work, and then I'll may make another post during that time out on social media. But pretty much I'm automated and for business. And then I know when my time has to be spent. When I'm done working, I have my routine. My routine's done. I have my lunch. I watch a show, a movie. I relax. And later on, when my wife gets home, I pick up my son. We work out together. I eat dinner, and maybe answer a few questions that people may have on social media or emailing. And that's it. That's my day. I don't struggle. I'm not in front of the computer 24/7. I mean, I used to do that, and I was burnt out. My eyes would hurting, watering, if you know what I mean. So, I mean, you have to plan your day accordingly, ladies and gentlemen. And again, stay motivated. Listen to some motivation videos. I love listening to motivational videos. This is what I do daily. I'll get on Google or YouTube, and I'll listen to motivational videos. Obviously, I don't have them up. I should have. But I listen to, I subscribe to different ones. Ping Pong is one of them. He's a phenomenal teacher here. Red Frost is another one. These people make videos, and it's all about motivation. And sometimes you just need a little boost in the morning. And what I'll do is I'll listen to, see right here, Eternal Passion with Tony Robbins. This was great. It came out 2 days ago. I love listening to stuff like this in the morning. And it gets me pumped up when I'm writing and doing my emailing and posting my quotes out there, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes I get inspiration from them, so I'll take a phrase of what they say and post it online. I mean, this is phenomenal. I mean, I think this stuff that I do daily that helps me. Some of you may listen to Zen music, you know, to calm down a little bit and relax. But I mean, don't spend most of your day on social media. Don't think that you have to answer every call. Don't think that you have to answer every message. I mean, you have to take time to spend with yourself as well and your family. Just make sure that, I mean, a happy wife is a happy life. And if you're on this 24/7, and she's just watching your back, you know, looking at you while you're in front of the computer all day, or vice versa, husband wife thing. It's it can put a burden on your family, kids, and everything else. So take the time out for you and your family as well. You can always get back to that message, that phone call later on. You don't have to, do it right away. So just be aware of that, and hopefully these tips will help you in your daily business routine. And just take it and learn from it. I'm gonna post this inside the Pay Daily Lifestyle Facebook group in the file section, so that way everyone can have it. I'm just gonna make it into the PDF, and once that's done, I'll post it there. So if you would like to take it, share it with your teams, by all means do so. And that's about it. That's all I wanted to share today.
All right, Ramon, that was powerful. It seems like you took a pen and pad and followed me around, because Saturdays and Sundays I'm done. I spent the last couple of years chasing, and that those things can lead to bad health issues, not getting the amount of rest and stuff. I spend a lot of time obligated to doing follow up and admin for many different businesses, but on Saturdays and Sundays, that is my shutdown day. I don't start my real business marketing until Tuesday through Friday. Monday, I'm getting back in the zone, get my head right, getting game face back on to go hard. And Tuesday to Friday, trust me, I go hard like nobody else. But we just want to open up this. I see some new people on. I guess today, I don't know, we won't do the actual presentation unless we'll go ahead and do it maybe at the end. But we want to open up for questions and answers. I'm not going to record questions and answers. Miss Pat, are you still there?
Yes.
All right, hold on one second. I'm going to open it up for questions.